Big shot Robert Horry. Rob, great to see you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy now I'm one of your favorite guys.
Well, man, you made all those great shots. Settle an argument for you. I always tell Mason, if you gave me a choice between your career and Patrick Ewing's career, I would take yours because I want to win, and you had 7 rings. He said he would take Ewing's because Ewing's a Hall of Famer and one of the greatest players of all time. Would you trade places with one of those Hall of Famers, or are you good with your 7 rings?
Let me just say this. I think I even made more money than Patrick Ewing. So, no, I would not trade places with Patrick Ewing. Hall of Fame, you get 1 ring, but I got 7 rings, so no.
There you go.
I think, and I'm not just saying this to blow breeze up your shorts, but I think you should be in the Hall of Fame. 7 rings. It wasn't like you were a guy just sitting on the end of the bench and not contributing. You were known as one of the greatest clutch players of all time. You made some of the biggest shots in NBA history. You didn't average 20 points a game, but so neither did a whole bunch of Celtics players. Dennis Rodman didn't, but he's in the Hall of Fame with 5 rings. I think it's long time guys like you and Mychal Cooper getting the Hall of Fame.
I really think Mychal Cooper should be in the Defensive Player of the Year. He's done more for basketball than a lot of those guys.
Best player on 9 finals teams, Rob. Best defensive player on 9 finals teams.
Think about that, man. That lets you know right now that the Hall of Fame is flawed in so many different ways. I think it's a popularity contest. So sometimes I think if you look at the great Bernard King, how long it took him to get in there, and it just doesn't make sense to me sometimes. Who is voting for the Hall of Fame? Who has some animosity towards players to keep them out of the Hall of Fame?
Sure.
So I tell it all the time. I said, as long as I'm not in the Hall of Fame, they're gonna always talk about me.
Right.
Think of that. Should he be in?
Right.
So once you go in, they're like, oh, you ain't gonna talk about me, so I don't even really care.
This is a hard question for you. You hit so many big shots, both in Houston, with us, with San Antonio. If I had to put one Robert Horry shot in a time capsule that they're going to open 200 years from now, but you got to pick one, what's going in?
It's going to be the Lakers shot because it was
Sacramento Game 4.
Yeah, it was at home. And
we just passed the anniversary of that the other day.
Exactly, and the way the fans erupted in the arena, it still gives me goosebumps when you see the overhead shot and all the fans jump up at the same time. And I think what made it so great was not that it was at home, that also there was none that, let's go to the clock or go to the film to see if it was good or not. It was, it was good, and
right.
from Jump Street. So I would put that shot any day, anytime.
You mind if I put you on the spot?
Sure.
I always wanted to ask him this question in public. Greatest center you ever played with, Shaq or Hakeem?
If you can give me Shaq, 2001, 2002 Shaq, I'll take Shaq. But if you go from from me seeing the process that Dream went through to get to where he was,
including one finals where he took Shaq to school that Shaq now openly admits.
Yeah. I take Dream. But everybody, I get in so much trouble because I picked Dream. But you got to understand, growing up, I was a Dream fan. Growing up, I was competing against Shaq. He was at LSU, I was at Alabama, and then Tim was just so young. But Tim was great. But for me, I just think watching what Dream used to do with the footwork, knowing that people go to Dream for him to teach them the footwork and how to do it in the paint. So I take Dream, but it's no slap in the face to Shaq, Timmy, all those bigs I played with. To me, it's just Dream was just my favorite from when I was a little kid wearing his Etonic shoe, That's how old I was.
I'm a little bit older than you, and I played against all the great Hall of Fame centers. Didn't play against Shaq. He's the only one I didn't play against. Played against David Robinson, Bob Lanier, Kareem, Artis Gilmore. Hakeem Olajuwon was my toughest guy to deal with. Robert Horry, the guy was a freaking freak. Yeah. 6'10", 6'11",
and ran the floor like a guard. Right, they're calling you up to the stage.
Never
there,
got
Rob,
tired.
So, Tanisha's got you right there.
Oh, Tanisha! Tanisha's calling you.
And also, people forget the first bigs to do a crossover.
That's right.
Right.
So he was phenomenal. So
hey, it's great to see you, man. You
always
look great
good to
too.
See you guys.
Always a pleasure,
I see
man.
y'all on the show.
There's the great Robert Horry.
And Tanisha calls. You got to go.
Yeah, Tanisha's running this show, as you know. And there's other Laker legends here that we'll check in with